Today's the day, your first ever date. You want to take a moment to daydream about how it went. How the cutest guy in your archaeology class came and basically swept you off your feet and asked you out. But, look at the time. You're gonna be late for your date and you haven't picked out anything to wear. You glance over at your wardrobe. There should be an ample amount of choices to pick from, just to make sure you're dressed, actually dressed, and get on out of here. What are you waiting for? Get to it, chop chop. Alrighty. Oh, we can choose the color of it. Hmm, there we go. Oh, is there something else I need? Oh, right, shoes. Oh, the shoes are pink. Maybe not. There we go. Now let's get looking at this outfit. You're wearing a buttoned-up long sleeve, cute, academic, perfect for a college date, right? Underneath, you've got on a pelted skirt. It'll remind him you're a girl, not to be taken lightly. And it's all completed with a pair of fluffy boots. Terrible choice considering the weather, but beauty is sweaty feet. Well, looks like you're all dressed. Time to head out. You walk along the path from your apartment to the local cafe. Heads somehow filled yet empty at the same time. You didn't think it would ever come, but lo and behold, a guy asked you on a date, like actually asked you. No, sorry, I was taking you from behind you, or snickers that made it obvious he was doing it out of some juvenile dare. Just a real earnest invitation to get something to drink. And no, it wasn't just any guy who asked you, nor is it just some run-of-the-mill cutie. Luck comes in threes after all. It was Spencer, the bona fide cutest boy in your science of archaeology class. The projector was still hot, the professor standing still surrounded by students, trying to stiff out a teacher assistant position, your bag still unpacked when he made his way over to you. Hey, I was wondering if you wanted to grab some coffee Saturday? If you're free, that is. Your ears barely grasp onto his words, your mind still processing what he was doing in front of your seat, but still you managed to stutter out a reply and vaguely sounded like a yes. Spencer Hayes and you? It was like something straight out of a fairy tale, except, of course, this was real life. You're still not sure if you've fully come to grasp with everything, but you've only got approximately 15 more minutes to process before you get there, so you better hurry. Time's up. The Cafe Spencer mentioned looms in front of you, quaint and nestled in between a row of empty buildings. It's a relatively new fixture in this part of town. Whether its temporary lone status on the street will help or harm it is still decided, though. You take a moment, psyching yourself up, and finally let go of the breath you didn't realize you're holding. Well, it's now or never. A quick look in your handheld mirror and a swipe of your lip gloss later, you're pushing open the door and cringing as the bell announces your arrival to everyone inside. Or at least it would if there was anybody in here. Just a second. A familiar voice calls out from the back of the shop. You look around with a double take. Where is everyone? Hey, you made it. Respond nonchalantly. Of course. Figured it'd be a bit rude to ghost on you. Spencer laughs, throwing a towel over his shoulder and giving you a bow. And for that, you have my thanks. Do you work here? You motion curiously between Spencer and the back door of the kitchen he just emerged from. Oh, did I not mention it? My family owns this place and the other main location back out in the city. Right now, they have me manning the satellite location, since uni's nearby and business is slow. Spencer jabs a thumb at the storefront window, where a grand total of 2 people pass by out on the street. By the way, how is business? You don't mean to sound rude. You really do try to make your words as natural as possible, but the warble in your voice and lingering eye gives you away your obvious concern. Oh, don't worry about it. Trust me, we got customers, but I managed to convince my family to let me reserve this location for a date. Want to make it special. At the mention of this being a date, your heart pounding in your chest again. You push it down, though, opting to instead voice your final concern with the matter. But what about all the sales you're losing? I feel bad if you came up short today just because you wanted to treat me, which is very sweet, by the way. You don't have to worry about that either. We actually haven't officially opened this branch yet. Think of our days an early sneak peek. He winks. Any more worries, Sherlock? Nope. Okay, I guess. This was really cool of you, genuinely. Spencer stops, if just for a moment, a light dusting of heat descending upon his cheeks. Yeah, it was. No problem. Well, enough about me and the family business. I came here to bit more about you. Like, for example, what do you want to drink? Ice frappe. Maybe I should rethink my hot sweet latte. Coming right up. Make yourself comfortable while I take care of these. He disappears behind the counter once again. The sound of pouring liquids in blenders, the whistling kettle fills the empty shop as he whips up something for the two of you. You do as he says, settling into one of the tables scattered across the floor and trying to crane your head so you can watch him do his magic. Doesn't work, though, as his back covers most of what he's doing. And done. Kicking open the door that separates the Couture area from the rest of the cafe, Spencer's come waltzing out with two drinks, an iced frappe for you and a simple latte for him. Settling them down on the table, he takes the seat across from you and leans in. Hey. Hi. Well, now the drinks are out of the way, it looks like it's actually date time. You scrunch your minds for something to talk about. Favorite drink, I guess. So, what's your favorite thing to drink? Stupid. He literally set his custom-made drink down right in front of you. Water. He says it with such dead sincerity that it's hard to miss. You pause for a moment. Water? It makes up 70% of our bodies. He gives you a devilish grin. Let me guess, you're expecting coffee or something. Yes, I was. Just because my family owns a cafe, it doesn't mean caffeine's gonna run through my veins. If anything, seeing people like that come in only for a drink makes me appreciate water more. That actually makes sense. I respect it. You take a swig of your drink, relishing in the thick and rich consistency of it. You need to try and ask Spencer his secret to whipping these things up sometime. Maybe perhaps that question is second date material. You giggle at the thought, ignoring the slight migraine that pops from your temple when you do so. You're probably drinking too fast again. So, what are you into, besides the science of archaeology, of course? Don't you want to talk about scans and field areas? Yeah, hard pass. Alright. Well, I'd like to read. Read? Like what? Here's the back of his head bashfully, averting your eyes and focusing on the wall behind you. Fantasy, mostly. Anything magical or sci-fi or both. I think I've become a certified menace to the young adult section of the bookstore. Wow, didn't take you for the fantasy type. People never do. I don't know what kind of vibe I give off to make them think that, though. You hum thoughtfully and take a sip of your drink. I don't know. I always takes you at the sporty type. Spencer rolls his eyes, leaning forward to nudge you on the shoulder playfully. I can run, but that's about it. Throw something at me and it's half guaranteed to nail me in the face. I feel you. My ability to do anything sporty depends entirely on the shoes I wear. Seems like you're pretty situationally flexible to me. Impressive. Your stomach flutters at the compliment. You feel a bit lightheaded. What are these things on the side of the computer? We can actually click these? Oh, that just actually saves a screenshot to the computer. It's probably good to check what these are beforehand. So I know. Oh, there's a bunch of achievements. Okay. Damn, there's 28 of those. You bite your lip. Here is nothing. So, do you have anything that gets you interested in someone? Personality, looks, or whatever? Spencer plays with his straw, looking at the table thoughtfully as he formulates an answer you're not quite sure you've prepared for. What if he says something that's the exact polar opposite of you? What if your style today totally threw him off, now he's gonna confess that he isn't really into you anymore? Well, obviously, kind, passionate people always catch my eye. He looks at you like a dog trying to divide for treats after doing a simple trick. Good answer. You smirk, feigning confidence and internally cursing at yourself for continuing to poke a sleeping bear. Safe answer. Isn't there anything you're really into? Like someone with a good sense of fashion, like yours. You can barely fight the heart that rushes in your face at the compliment. Really? Yeah, in fact, I'm really into your long sleeves are like more wearable pair of gloves after all. What a unique compliment. Spencer rubs the back of his head. My mom says I'm terrible with words for someone who reads a lot. Sorry if it sounded weird. I just really like your style. It's fashionable but practical. Smile. Well then, thanks. It's the thought that counts anyway. With that, the two of you continue talking about a myriad of things, your hobbies, favorite shows, hopes of the future, fears, you name it. Soon enough, though, the sun has set and the night takes over. The still, freshly installed street lamps not yet connected to illuminate the path outside. The only light here is the dim buzz of the cafe's lamps. It's late, later than late, as much as you'd hate to do it to cut this dream date short, 'cause been by no means short, you really have to start heading home. Still, there's one last question you have itching at the back of your mind. One you need to answer lest you spend whatever messily scraps of the night there left staring at your ceiling and wondering about what ifs. I've been meaning to ask, why did you ask me out? I mean, why me of all people? You do your best not to look too curious, but you can't help but feel the way you are hyper aware of everything in the moment. How you hold yourself, what you're wearing, how you're breathing. It's a good question. He laughs and your heart sinks from your chest to your stomach. Now's the part where he reveals it was also an elaborate rom-com level prank played by him and his friends over some stupid bet. You feel sick already. How do I say this without sounding cheesy? Just like you a lot, ever since I first laid eyes on you. Couldn't stop thinking about you. You're about to squeal and jump for joy. And make an entire fool of yourself, but then he continues on. I really mean it. I lie awake at night thinking about you. About how I needed to be with you. To be the only man you looked at, no, the only person you'd ever interacted with. Clingy much? What? Very clingy! In a way, you seem obsessed with you. Completely and utterly obsessed with everything that has to do with you. Sorry, what? Love you. Love you so, so, so much. He leans in close, but what was once a heart-stoppingly sweet gesture before now has your blood running cold. Honestly, I feel like I go crazy just thinking about how much I love you. When I first saw you in class, I knew I needed to make you mine. So I bided my time to learn everything about you that I could. Your sleeping patterns, your eating habits, what you gravitate towards wearing, your schedule, and absorbed all of it. Oh, God. This is a joke. It has to be a joke. A sick, twisted one at that. He began looking around for a camera, a group of friends, some sort of audience that will piece together the last devastating piece of this puzzle that was once your dream date. But he didn't see them. No cameras, no stickering faces, nothing. There's no one out on the streets now. Spencer, that's not funny. Good, because I'm not trying to be funny. I'm serious. Oh, Lord. You drive me absolutely insane. It's time to run for the door. Should have ran for the door before. You jerk away by instinct and instinct alone, knocking the table and your drinks to the floor. Spencer looks down at them sadly. Ah, I was so excited to collect your cup after. This can be the perfect first date memory. He leans down, running a finger through the spilled iced coffee frappe and sweeping it across his lips, licking it with a heated fever. No matter. 5-second rule, right? He smiles at you, though nothing's wrong, as though things haven't developed into some crazy, totally split nightmare scenario. Besides, I think you drank enough of it for it to take effect, so it's no problem. What the hell are you talking about? He laughs. He's laughing and you want to cry and suck him in the face. This really isn't funny. Put something in your drink, silly. Your head pangs, not for the first time today, but now under a completely different context. Spencer steps over the puddle, inching closer to you to examine his work. Slurred speech, dilated pupils, jerky movements. Yeah, it's definitely taking effect. He reaches for your arm and you slap his hand away, although you can begin to recognize how sloppy your movements are growing. Get away from me. No can do. He says it with the sweetest, apologetic smile one could possibly conjure, somehow adding to the cruelty of all this. Now, give me this. He Swipes your phone from your bag. You try to intercept, but fail horribly. Your movements now occurring at a snail's pace with Frankenstein monster's level of grace. Sit. Spencer reaches out again, pushing your shoulders and shoving you back into your chair. The world is spinning, and flickering blackness threatens to overcome you like a sudden burst of vertigo. You can't even find the strength to sit up. Spencer calmly resets the table back to its original position. What do you want from me? Wow, you're just full of good questions today, aren't you? Let's put it simply. I'm gonna eat you. The fuck you mean? What? I'm gonna consume you. That way you'll always be with me, inside me forever. So we went from creepy stalker to cannibal. Alright then. Spencer smiles, so sickeningly sweet, so he hasn't confessed to the crime of the century, and pats you on the head. Now you sit there while I get a mop and clean everything up. He adds in a mocking voice, Don't move. How did it all come down to this? One second, you're on the date of your dreams, and the next it's turned into the date of your nightmares. Well, surely we have like a broken cup or something? Grab the shards of the cup from the table you knocked over. Gonna need those. Your head continues to pound, a cruel reminder of whatever Spencer snuck into your drink. Still, a thought strikes you with clarity only adrenaline can offer in times like this. Move or die. You should look around as best you can with your failing vision. The location's still relatively new in the street that's under construction, right? There's gotta be some opening left that you can slip through. Just play that you're small enough. Then again, you could also try and channel the last of your strength and agility into bursting through the window. Let's just hope you don't get caught prematurely. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to run through a window. If you're going through a window, you break that window first with something. Like a chair, but that's gonna make a lot of noise. Finally, and you're really not sure about this one, but you can try to go in the offensive. There's a pot of hot coffee, but the handle looks suspicious. You'll need something to keep you from burning yourself. Try to slip through the vent, break through the front window's glass, grab the hot pot of coffee, and attack. Well, a vent, realistically, is probably gonna either lead us to the kitchen or to another building, since the area is under construction. We're not gonna be able to break the front window, because even if we have like a chair or something, we don't have the arm strength to do that. And we shouldn't be holding hot coffee. Hello, Mittens. My cat's here now. She has a little spot next to the monitor on one side. So if the mouse starts moving randomly, that's why. She likes to push the computer mouse. We're gonna go through the vent. Spotting a small open vent, a light bulb goes off in your brain. I can fit through that, I think. Creeping over as to not to alert Spencer, who is still scrounging around in the back, you make your way to the open vent. Looking through, your heart skips a beat when you see the back alley outside. Oh, so it like leads to the exterior. You crouch down, angle your body as best as you can, and shove yourself forward. You push forward, but are quickly stopped by all the fabric in your sleeves getting caught on the vent's jagged edges. Laying there prone, you look up with terror as the blurry form of Spencer towers over you. Oh, you made an absolute mess of yourself. Here, let me fix you up. With a sickening crunch, Spencer twists your hips and pulls. The agonizing pain blackens your vision as you lose consciousness. Ah, shit. Oh, well, I guess that's ending one. What time is it here? How long do we have? 17. Yeah, about 17 minutes. We can keep going for now. Oh, we have to start all over from the beginning, unfortunately. I guess I'll just speed through this real quick. We're gonna do a different outfit this time. Let's do short sleeve tie back with, what is that? Oh, shorts. Shorts with a belt will probably be better. Well, if it's already green, let's just go all the way green. There we go. And shoes. We're gonna go with these. Should do it. Do. Oh wait, there's a fast forward button. Oh right, there we go. We're gonna respond very shortly. I wouldn't miss this for the whole world. I still can't believe you asked me out. You cringe at your earnest confession, but Spencer only smiles wider. Well, you'd better believe it. Do you work here? You motion curiously between Spencer and the back door of the kitchens. Okay, same thing. Let's go. Let's see if we can ask another question. Well, if you're asking, Spencer shakes his head and holds his hands up in a mock surrender. Rhetorical question. Well, enough about me and the family business. I came here to hear more about you. Okay, same thing. Okay. So the coffee might be important. Hmm. Let's go with just a plain black coffee. How edgy. Okay, Mistress of Darkness. Coming right up. Make yourself comfortable while I take care of these. Okay. Let's just fast forward through all this, because we're just gonna get the same dialogue. Come on. Almost there. There we go! Okay. So we could try the open vent again, because we're now in short sleeves. The hot pot coffee and attacking is not gonna work. That's another question. We could try the vent again, or we could try the window, but I feel like breaking the window isn't gonna be possible. So let's do the vent again. You push forward as hard as you can, and for a second you think you've made it. That is, until you open your eyes and find yourself firmly stuck midway through the vent. Nice try, but I think you'd bit off more than you could chew. With tears in your eyes, you feel the pull of hands around your ankles as you slide back into the cafe's main room. They stop, though, as your head still lies in the vent, your body dangling out and prone. You want to play around the vents? Be my guest. Your vision blackens as Spencer slams the vent cover down on your head. Well, that didn't go good. Guess we are going for the window. Yeah, that's probably a safer bet. These look more sneakery, though. Better for running. Oh, we can choose hair. Oh, we've just been going bald this whole time. Well, let's stick with short hair because we are not gonna risk hair getting caught in anything. Is there anything else we can... No. Okay. Let's go. We've already seen all this. I love the skipping button. Alright, we're gonna break through the front window's glass. You look out the front window longingly, gathering your last bits of resolve. I'm not dying here. It's with great effort that you get to your feet and make your way over, leaning against the wall all the while. Finally, you grab a fistful of your top and rush at the wall with all your might. Wait, we got a body slam through this window? That's a dumb idea, but sure. Tie your daughter. Survive in the tied shirt. Glass shatters as you feel the harsh weight of the window beneath you give way as you go flying out onto the street. You do your best to duck, and roll, but in the end, you just barely make it with a pathetic little shimmy. Stumbling back to your feet, you have to wait a moment as the world readjusts before you can break out into a run. A familiar scream already crawling at your back. Time to go. You've made it. You don't know how, but you made it out. No time to celebrate, though, because Spencer's close behind, and he's furious. Come back here. There's no one here who'll help you. Just you and me and Destiny. As horrendous misguided as his words are, there's a hint of truth to them. No one's out here, and you don't have your phone since he took it. The closest place you can think to get before passing out is your apartment. At least there you can call the cops. No, don't lead this motherfucker back to the house. Bad. Go to the neighbors. Surely there's closer neighbors. With that one thread of logic still fighting against the sleeping pills, you continue on. Turning to look, you jump as you see Spencer closer than ever before. You're just about to turn the corner to get to your apartment, but if you don't do something quick, Spencer will reach you before you can get to safety. Okay. Chucking his shoe at his head means we're gonna have to stop to grab our shoe, and he's gonna grab us. We can break into just one final sprint, which... well, that's just straightforward. Hiding and stalling for time isn't gonna work. Just gonna go faster. Choking down the vomit that threatens to overtake you, you lean forward and push against the ground. Hard. Your muscles burn, but you force yourself to ignore their cries for rest. You'll either escape or die mid-run trying. Tide survive. Survive in the Tide sneakers. Picked a good outfit this time. Thankfully, though, you decide to wear shoes made for running today. So, despite your drugged body begging you for rest, you manage to trip and stumble your way forward, Spencer always behind you, but never close enough to catch you. It's in this moment you make a promise to yourself. If you survive this, then you will never wear heels again. There it is. You can see it. Your apartment stands tall and proud, and so inconveniently lonely in the night. But as you limp over, you find a rush of relief flood you. Shoving a hand into your bag, you find your keys. Thankfully, Spencer did not possess the foresight to also confiscate those. You jam the correct one into the lock, and after several shaky tries, and burst through the door, making one last mad dash for your apartment. Your neighbors have never been ones to answer for calls of help, and with Spencer hot on your heels, you don't think you're willing to take the chance of alerting them. No, just scream as you go up to the apartment. You could do both. Okay. Several flights of stairs and twists and turns into different hallways later, you're finally at your door. Swiping your card and punching your passcode with a madwoman's fever, you finally make it inside, locking the door and barricading it with a chair before grabbing your tablet. With sweaty fingers, you dial the emergency line, whisper calling in a message for help. Hello? Hello? You do realize your apartment number was the first thing I memorized about you? His voice calls out from the other side of the door, the calm tapping of a familiar pin echoing through your skull. Please, I need police. The operator doesn't seem to pay much need, though, telling the authorities will be there in 10 minutes and to hide until then. 10 minutes? Don't they understand the life or death situation you're currently in? The door lock clicks open and you quickly realize you only have moments until your makeshift barricade gives way. So he knows the code to the door. Probably has a duplicate key at this point. I mean, choking down a sob and maybe a bit of vomit, you look around in your room for desperation. Damn, this apartment's lack of safety protocol. Maybe if you had a working fire escape, you'd at least have plan B to exit the situation, but you don't. And you're high enough that a fall from this height would kill you. Your bathroom lock's been broken for months as well. You've never figured out you'd need to fix it because of some crazy stalker murderer. You don't even have the time to make a grab for a weapon. Everything remotely hefty or sharp, either being used in the barricade or on the other side of the living space. Okay. The only place that's remotely hidden away is your walk-in closet, and without further thought, you stumble over and collapse inside. The weight of your dosage kicking in. With one final knock, the door in your pathetic barricade are kicked in. Yeah, now you're in here. No point in hiding from me. Footsteps tap across your plush forehead as you shove a fist into your mouth to keep from sobbing out loud. Tears obscure your vision, and with blurry eyes you recognize with dread that the bedroom lights have been turned on. He's almost here. Okay. We're not rushing them. There's no way we're doing that. Crawl under into the shoe space. The first place he's gonna look is on the ground. And, like, in amongst, like, boxes or things on the ground, and in amongst the coat hangers. So he's gonna be looking down at eye level. He's not gonna be looking upward first. Unless he happens to be real tall. So, elevated shelf space it is. Hopefully we can actually get up there. You look up, there's a shelf space you think you can squeeze up into, and while it isn't the most secure area, it is the area someone would be least likely to look at. Getting up there, though, is another case entirely, but a girl can try. Hitching the fabric of your bottoms, you shove your foot into the makeshift footholds and begin to climb. You're so close to the top, but at the worst possible moment, oh, God! Your shorts hit a snag on one of the hangers, causing you to tumble down and fall flat on your back. There's the sound of the door being forced open, and Spencer appears, eyes like the crescent moon. Here, let me help you up. He grabs a belt, looping it around your neck, and tugs it. Up in moments, your world is no more. God damn it. Okay, so we need different shorts. Here we go again. We know the combo for shirt and shoes. We just need different shorts. So, tied shirt. Now for the shorts, we can do full-on normal pants. Whatever these are. Is that what I put on already? Those are wide legs, those won't work. That won't work either. Or we can do mini shorts. Mini shorts is probably the best, both for running and for climbing. Less likely to get stuck on things and more maneuvering room. And we're gonna go with the tied shoes. There we go. Well, I forgot the hair again, but too bad. Okay, break through the front window. Final sprint. Hold your breath. Okay, I'm gonna actually see if the saving loading feature will work nicely for me here. Please stay when I die. That way I don't have to keep clicking the fast forward. Okay, so we tried to get into the elevated space before, and we still might be able to do that. And that's still the best bet, so I'm still gonna go there. Just hope. Well, I died, but I fast forwarded through it, so I don't know how. Up is not the way. Please let that work. Yes, thank God. Okay. Here we go. Shoe space it is. You peer down. There's a crawl space where you usually keep your shoes. You'd wager to say that you probably fit in there, so as long as you don't make too much noise getting into position. Crouching down, you make your way towards it. This isn't working out, surviving the workout shorts. Shimmy and twisting your body this and that way, you manage to form a space between you and multitudes of shoes, one big enough to fit you. Sliding into place, you hold your breath as the door gives way and Spencer enters. He walks around, fiddling with the clothes on the hangers before stopping in front of you. He's going to check the shoes. With only a moment to spare, you decide to make the most of your compromising position and reach out and tugging Spencer's feet out from under him. He struggles and you climb on top of him, doing your best to keep his arm pinned to his sides. You grapple for a good long while, but eventually Spencer gets the upper hand. I have to applaud you. You put up a good fight. He grabs you by the neck, forcing you against the wall. It's not good enough. This is it. You've stalled the clock as much as you possibly could have, but it looks like your time has run out. It's okay. Don't cry. We'll be together soon. Just know it. He pulls you close, so close you can smell the latte and blood on his breath. You and me. Forever. The cold sensation of a knife slides down your side, pressing, 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 until blood is finally drawn with a slight prick. You shut your eyes, peering for the worst, when suddenly Spencer's weight is thrown off you. 10 minutes. With a gasp, you snap your eyes back open, only to see Spencer on the ground with a group of officers on top of him. He's being restrained, the knife's been wrestled from his grip, and once he's fully down for the count, an officer from the pile gets up and approaches you. They say something about you being safe, but you don't quite process it. You don't really process anything, just holding your hand to your now bleeding side as the adrenaline fades and finally consumes you. You survived. One final thought lays you to rest as you collapse backward and against your bed in a tumble with numbed limbs. Never dating a guy again.